Hey everybody, welcome back. In today's video I want to have a look at MATIC, but before I do, I first want to thank FairDesk for sponsoring this video. FairDesk is an exchange, and if you're interested you can click the link in the description for a deposit bonus and my copy trade. I make a trade on all the alts I review, so if you don't want to miss that, go check it out. Now looking at MATIC, we can see that it's basically been up and then down for the last 14, 15, 16 months, and we can see this is summer last year where we put in a low here and then we bounced, and as you can see, following this white line, we basically went from top to bottom on this green trend line until, well, like a lot of alts did, we put in a local high during this cycle in sort of February, January, late January time, and then ever since we've been in a downward trend. And as you can see, we broke down below this green support and we broke down below the bull market support band, and we came down again close to this sort of deep value level at 44 cents and have sort of plateaued out close to it again, and we're coming up to this sort of resistance line here. And you can see where in the sort of bullish times we were testing this high, getting rejected, testing the low, getting rejected, testing the high. Here we haven't really tested the high much. We've just been sort of staying in a happy medium down the middle most of the time. I mean, we tested this low once, but again we got rejected. We found support pretty quickly and bounced off, and then we tested the high here almost and got rejected and went back down to the general downward trend, and then again we've plateaued out now, and we're sort of coming up to a very explosive time, I think, for MATIC's price, because we've got this strong downward movement, but we've got this very strong support level as well that we've been rejected at before. However, the key difference now for me that would move it more bearish than bullish in this case is that this part of MATIC's cycle is a lot different to this part of MATIC's cycle, and generally the longer we spend in poor price action, you know, during the market, the worse it is for the coin further down the road, because it's much easier for that coin to be moved 10% here than it is here. Because, I mean, just straight off the bat, I mean, the whole crypto market cap has gone down. So liquidity in everything has gone down, but especially liquidity in alts has gone down. So not only does that sort of promote fear in these alts and allow for negative price movements to happen a lot easier than, you know, some positive movements say, it also means that there's just also such little liquidity that this fear can very easily manipulate the market more than it could here, because there's more money in the space. Even after such a terribly long price action, it's still sort of worse here, or it would be in my opinion anyway. And we can see this is basically just a lower high from this level here. I mean, sorry, excuse the obviously poorly lined out orange line, but it is just a lower high following this trend. And you can see we might even come up to test this high, maybe, and then get rejected and come into this deep value range. But I do think we will at least get down to this 44 cent level. Whether we spend much time down there, I don't know. Whether we go below, again, I don't know. It's a very explosive time for MATIC, like I just said, because of this strong support and very strong resistance. And again, below the bull market support band as well, we can see that when we do usually drop into this below the bull market support band, we lose a lot of value very quickly. I mean, 80% in 18 weeks. 80% in 18 weeks is pretty bad, to be honest with you. And we can see we sort of struggled for a while to even get above the bull market support band here. And we didn't really clearly break above it until January, at the beginning of this year, when we had our sort of delayed Santa rally, if you get me. We didn't have a Santa rally, we had a New Year rally. And yeah, we came up to this, you know, lower high. And then we've now continued to go back down. Let's see how long we've been going down for compared to how long we've been going up for. 33 weeks, so 2/3 of a year, compared to 35 weeks, again about 2/3 of a year. So we spent about the same amount of time going up and going down here. Now, it's interesting because on the Ethereum Bitcoin pair, it's looking a bit bullish. Like, we had a look at that video a few days ago, and it is looking bullish if certain things play out, but again, there's a chance those things don't play out, and Ethereum suddenly loses a lot of value. It's very similar to MATIC in the sense that we're at a point now that's quite pivotal. And for me, I would stay away. I wouldn't put a bet on this. I think this is too dodgy, to be honest with you, because, you know, it's basically gambling. It's basically gambling because the price can go up and the price can go down. And whichever way it goes, it will be something drastic, I think. And I know you can say, well, you know, the Fed is going to pause and, oh, well, MATIC's got this thing coming up and, oh, this hack just happened, so we should expect it to go down. You know, we've seen great news during the bear run and it hasn't done anything. We've seen terrible news in the bull run and it hasn't done anything to the price. We're currently in a bear run, again, making me lean more to a bearish side, which would mean that, you know, the bearish news gets listened to more than the bullish. But again, it's literally just a gamble. Like, it can go anyway. So for me, at a time like this when there's so much pressure from both sides on MATIC, I would stay out of it. It's not for me personally, but again, that's up to you. And even if you're just spot trading, maybe it's worth the risk to you, I don't know, but it's not a safe bet, I would say. Looking at MATIC on its Bitcoin pair, we can see that it's actually quite interesting compared to what a lot of alts have done on their Bitcoin pair, where most alts have basically just gone down. Like if you look at ADA or AVAX or any alt like that, it's basically, you know, you have your peak late 2021 or sort of May or September time, and then you just basically go down, and sure, you have like a few wicks, but you just go down basically. MATIC instead has seemed to oscillate within this range of 6,000 sats to 2,000 sats basically, and this is still quite a big range. Like 2,000 sats compared to 6,000 sats is a lot of value lost if you're going from the top to the bottom, and it's a lot of value gained if you're going from bottom to top. But again, it's interesting, to be honest with you, but we are currently in a downward trend. But again, like it sort of says on the USD pair, we are at a sort of high pressure point at the moment for MATIC, and it's really very similar to its USD pair in the sense that these 2 points have lined up perfectly. So it would ultimately depend on where you think the market is generally going. If you think we have a few more months of bad price action and we'll put in our more lows on alts, then you can expect this to go downward, and you can expect to break below this level, probably on its Bitcoin pair. I still think Bitcoin dominance needs to go up quite a bit. If you think that we've sort of put our bottoms in, this is sort of the end of the bad news, start of the good times, you can expect it to break above this resistance, and maybe it'll even oscillate for a little while, do nothing, and then explode up. Again, it's all kind of what you think the general market sentiment is. To be honest, I don't think it's a matter of coin at this point. Well, I think it's a matter of Bitcoin, to be honest with you. I don't think it's really dependent on the alts at all, especially not on the Bitcoin pairs, unless some alt has some magic, news or something that causes it to pump or dump. I really don't think generally most alts on their Bitcoin pair actually have a say in what they're doing, or their USD pair. I think it's really going to be dictated by Ethereum and Bitcoin over the next few months, how the market rolls out. But again, also another thing I want to point out, or have a look at, before I wrap up, I wanted to show this sort of Fibonacci retracement level since May 2021 to now on its Bitcoin pair. We can see that every single time MATIC has pumped and dumped, it's broken through these key levels really quickly, most of the time, with exception to the middle. We can see that here we break down straight below, even the middle here we break down very quickly, and then we break down, we don't test these lows, we sort of oscillate around, and then we shoot up, straight up to the 0.5 level, and then shoot up straight up to basically 0.85 or whatever it would be. We then get rejected, we shoot straight down to the 0.61, we sort of, slowly bleed out during these two ranges here, again during this middle range, and then again we drop down to the next level, and then we drop down straight to the bottom of this level. And then we have a pump that brings us straight up, back up to the top of this level, have a pump that brings us up, we get to the middle range, so we oscillate around for a bit, slowly build up, and then we pump straight above it, touch the top, we touch the top again, we come back down, pump straight back up again, and then on our way down again, we clear this level, spend a bit of time in this mid-range, clear this level, and touch our lows. So it is very interesting. So again, if we want to think that MATIC is going to go up, you can sort of expect moves like this. If you think it's going to go down, you can expect it to follow this trend line. But another thing that's interesting is, as the years have gone on, the price movements have been, they've taken longer, and this sort of goes back to that thing that I said earlier about the part of the market that we're in now is, much worse compared to before. And this is generally just because there's so many less people trading, so many less people caring about altcoins that, during bull run, prices explode up because everyone wants it and this, that, and the other. Over here, you can see people are just getting more bored. Okay, this is a great rally. As it goes down, it takes longer. Again, a bit more interested, injected back into the market, kind of slows down, people get bored, we spend a long time in this mid-range again here. And, sure, we have a nice pump again, people get bored very quickly again. We spend a bit of time just doing nothing, dropping down. A nice pump, people get bored, interest is lost, value is lost on its Bitcoin pair. So that kind of wraps it up for this video, to be honest with you. I think I've said everything that I want to say. Again, for me, I would lean towards bearish, but you have to make your own decisions with these things. And of course, nothing in this video is financial advice or any of my videos. I'm just sharing my opinions on where I think the market will go. Thanks very much for watching, guys. If you liked the video, please subscribe, hit it a like, and comment down below, where do you think MATIC's going? Do you think this is going to be a bullish or a bearish move? Take care, guys. Peace.